How come I always eat so late? Um, I eat all through the day. So I actually already ate a fruit meal, which was the grapefruit, the honey, and the cream. This is just really good. I'm having another one again. I don't have any meat, and I don't feel like going outside because it's really cold. My furnace is also out again, so that's why I have the fire going, and I'm bundled up. 'Cause it's like 10 degrees outside. So, I eat throughout the day. I don't really eat. I wouldn't say I eat late because it's only 7 o'clock. You know, it does feel later though because of the stupid daylight savings time. So it is what it is. I know I said I wasn't going to stream, but I decided to not take a bath. So probably do that tomorrow. And yeah, so I figured I'd hop on here for like an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah. But in the evening, like I'll do eggs and milk mostly after I eat my meat. Um Also when I get on the stream, it's just a terrible timing. I mean, I it just takes so much longer. I really just need to dedicate to shoveling my gullet. Maybe if I have food, I'll turn on super chats. Well, actually, super chats are on, but I'll only answer from super chats. If I'm eating, because you know, man's got to eat. So yeah, I mean, I'm not. Some people eating a lot later in the day is not good, especially if it's a big heavy meal. But in terms of like something light like eggs, milk and honey, stuff like that, I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's like because it digests so easy. And it does help like calm you down. So that's why, yeah. But you eat all day on this diet pretty much. So some people are a little more strict about their timing than others. It is what it is. So yeah. Mm, I love me some grapefruit. So good. Let's see, we got any likes yet? 0 likes, 3 viewers, but thanks for hanging out. That's great. I mean, I don't know. I guess what do people do when they watch this stream? YouTube and eating is kind of like the meta. Like, if you're not eating while you're watching YouTube, what are you doing? Honestly, I mean, maybe you're working on something else, I suppose. Sometimes I do that. So, yeah. Check this one. Oh, top chat's on. Let me turn live chat on. Thought I did that. Guess it switched automatically. Yeah, so what's up? Yep, I've actually bought two. Um, the R1 is kind of disintegrated. This is my R3. It's much sturdier. It doesn't impact the gums. The design's pretty much perfect. This is my R1. So I trimmed off all the sides because it was getting to my gums too much, and it's like ripped. It's not very suitable at all. But the R1 is good to see if you'd like to invest in that. But I mean, you could just lie and say you already bought two revives and get it for the same price as the R3. You know, the R2 has some of the same problems with the R1 in that the walls are too tall, so you need to cut them down. Where are the spoilers? Well, I'm just gonna tell them to you. I'm just gonna tell them to you. And I might want to wait for more people to show up because I don't want to have to keep repeating it. Um, I think if you've had braces, or if you have crooked teeth, if you have gaps in your teeth, if you have jaw problems, if you have an overbite, an underbite, yeah, I think the Revive is worth buying. It works. It works good so far. I mean, it takes like a couple years, but yeah. I mean, so far I don't notice too many benefits because I just started, but I definitely feel it stretching my jaw and my mouth when I wear it. So I feel it doing stuff. And because I feel it doing stuff, I know it's working slowly over time. I'm old, so if you're young, it'll probably work a little better, a little faster, honestly. So I would, if you're into that kind of stuff, I would definitely do it. I would definitely invest the money in it. It's not too expensive compared to other things. The RD1, what is that? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. Hold on, I need to fix the fire. Sucks. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to fix the fire. Are oysters detoxing? Yes. Oysters can be detoxing. Also common to get a light headache all the time for about a day. You know, not uncommon. Sip some cream. Use a hot water bottle on the head. I still don't know what an RD1 is, Bob. I'm going to have to look that up. You're going to make me look that up. RD1 most commonly refers to either RD1 spirits or a Honda CRV. I have a feeling that's not what you're talking about. If you're talking about the R1, the Revive, yes, I've had that. I just showed you the blue one. It's kind of falling apart. I look kind of ridiculous. I look a little bundled up. I'm pretty cozy, though. I mean, the fire gets hot. Yeah, it's cranking. That's some nice ambiance. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I do have the R1. No one calls it an RD1. It's just. Oh, the day. Oh, yeah, the RD1. No, I don't have that. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Revive day 1. Yeah, I get that. Let me look at it. I just wear my R3 during the day, you know, like for an hour or two when I'm reading. Does it go on the bottom? Looks like it goes on the bottom. Yeah, I would just buy the I just use the R2, or sorry, I just use the R3 during the day for like an hour. It's good enough. So. I need to remember to do a better job muting when I cough, because that's loud. It's a lot of fry. Yeah, I see that now. I apologize, Bob. Thank you for explaining it to me. Thank you for being patient. My room is red because I don't use like bright lights at night. So I use a red light at night. This is an incandescent bulb too, so there's heat. It's kind of nice. That's why the room is red, because it's a heat lamp. It's a red heat lamp. So I like the aesthetic of it. Yeah, that's why. So, yeah. Is Inverse DBL still here? I'm going to assume he's here. Okay, well, I'll give you the Primal Diet spoilers. All right, so the Primal Diet Conference is going to be June 10th to June 14th. June 10th to June 14th, okay? It's going to be same place, Berks Garden, Virginia. There's a chance it could be at the new retreat center, but we don't have that yet. But we are looking at a place to buy a Primal Diet retreat center, and that will be pretty cool. Also, let's see here. All the classes are going to be very similar to what we had last year, but we're going to have more workshops. There's going to be more activities. The activities are going to require more money because there's materials. So, like weaving, chicken processing. You pay for your chicken, or maybe we'll put it in your registration and food. I don't know yet. We're going to have. I think we're gonna slaughter a small cow. It'll be like a communal thing where everybody's gonna wake up early, probably, and slaughter the cow Thursday morning, and that'll be the meat for the conference, plus the chickens. Amos will probably send freshwater buffalo as well. So yeah, there's going to be a communal group effort to harvest a small cow, and there will be, everything from the cow available to eat all weekend. And then, all you can eat dairy, everything else, all the foods. We're going to have everything you need. And then we're going to have a big hike on Sunday. A big hike in the Appalachian Trail. We're going to go out for about 4 or 6 hours. 4, maybe 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, all inclusive to get there and back. Probably an hour for each way. Or I'm sorry. Both ways included, there and back, will be an hour total. So it'd be like 5 hours of hiking on the Appalachian Trail. We're going to have a big Airbnb with camping and indoor accommodations, a smaller one for indoor accommodations. There's, There's also going to be a new tier for people that is less expensive. And what it's going to do is you're going to get to come to the conference, but you're not going to have access to classes, and you'll have to pay full price for the workshops. So if you buy the registration, the workshops will be discounted, but if you are buying the social tier, you'll have to pay full price for any workshops you want to do. So, we're trying to broaden it and make it a little easier for the younger people to come who just want to hang out and network and community stuff and have a good time and eat foods. We want to make that accessible to people, so we're going to have a cheaper tier. We don't have enough prices yet, but it is going to be cheaper. And then, volunteers, like we do have a group of volunteers who come every year, but it's, of course, always open to people who want to volunteer. So, you get discounts for that, too. You just have to put in 4 hours every day. I made up the sign-in sheet today for, we'll have times to volunteer. Like, it'll actually be like Monday through Monday. It'll be a whole week because there's prep for the conference and then there's teardown. So you can get all your volunteering done before the conference starts. And you can also do it throughout the conference and help out, like Monday when we're wrapping up and cleaning up. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to volunteer. Like I said, we want to make it affordable, and some people donate money for scholarships, for people to go. So some people go and they get their registration comped partially or all for free because of the generosity of other people. So, what's up, Zach? I am looking for opportunities in cybersecurity. I got my ISC2 certification now. and I'm studying for my CompTIA Security Plus. So I'll have 2 certifications. 2 is better than 1, maybe. We'll find out. Job market's really bad though. Even for like cybersecurity, people say, oh, it's in demand and everything. It's true, but the thing is a lot of companies have a high risk tolerance, so their security is not what it should be, because to them, they would rather pay for the fallout of a security breach or incident rather than pay someone to do it all the time. That's just business. Cost benefit analysis with the risk tolerance. Like, oh, it'll cost us $1 million to secure this asset, but if we don't secure it, it's only going to cost us, like $500,000. So we're just not going to secure it because we don't care. It's going to cost less money. Cybersecurity is not going to be replaced by AI, because you're always going to need that human element. For instance, they do have automated programs, artificial intelligence doing threat scanning and vulnerability scanning and all this other stuff. But the thing is there's a lot of false positives in the business, in the network, in the security architecture. So it doesn't make sense to have an AI control that. You need a human to analyze the data and act on it. It's the same thing with like vibe coding, but they do have AI that check, code and check it for security vulnerabilities. So, AI is a tool for cybersecurity. It's not going to be replaced by it. Let's put it this way. If artificial general intelligence becomes a thing, it isn't just cybersecurity that will be in trouble. It will be like most jobs. Yeah. Yeah, I want to do policy, honestly, because that'd be such an easy job. Because that's something AI is really good for, because it's like you can just have AI look up all the recent NIST, ISO, whatever frameworks and rules, and then you can apply it to your business case and then fill in the gaps from there. And basically you just tell stakeholders, hey, this is the policy, these are the regulations, and you should do this because that's the standard practice, and it's going to cost you this much money and manpower and time. And they're going to look at it and say, oh, okay, well, we'll do most of this, but we're not going to do this because it doesn't make sense financially. And you're like, okay. And then regardless of what happens after that, it doesn't matter. You did your job. So it's just telling people what to do in terms of policy and like how to apply it. And whether or not they act on it is on them, not you. What's policy involved? I just told you. You say you're studying cybersecurity and you don't know what a NIST framework is or the ISO framework is? PCI DSS? Come on. That can't be. You got to be trolling. Or maybe you're more familiar with the technical aspects of cybersecurity. IRAP doesn't really matter what assessment you're going into. Like ISO is an international standard, and PCI DSS is pretty international too. It would definitely apply to Australia. NIST is a framework the government made up, the U.S. government made up, so that might not apply necessarily. It's not NIST is a suggested policy. It's not a firm regulation companies have to do, but it's like helpful suggestions. Oh, you only just started. Okay. Yeah. It depends how your course is structured when you get into policy. I forget when I did it in my boot camp. That's all kind of a blur to me. But, yeah. Yeah, policy is really easy, because you get into it more when you do vulnerabilities and mapping vulnerabilities, because you need to map vulnerabilities to the regulations and the guidance and the frameworks you're applying them to. So like if you have if you have like unlocked server rooms, that would apply to like NIST whatever number NIST regulation that is, or ISO, and then you would say, oh, well, like this vulnerability matches to this regulation, and this is how you can secure it or why you should secure it. That's basically it. Oh, I mean, I learned everything. I mean, I learned vulnerabilities, physical security, software security, the regulations, the policies. I've done vulnerability scans, and I did a full. I actually did a full assessment of my friend's company. I went in, scanned his network, assessed his physical perimeter, and how he uses cloud storage and services, and how his employees have access to it and such. And I compiled like a 11-page report on all of his vulnerabilities and how to fix them. And yeah, I mean, like I said, here in the States we have ISC2, which is actually international. ISC2 is sort of a new organization. I took and passed that assessment, and then the CompTIA Security Plus is another one that I need to take, which I'm going to do. So, I mean, you know, I'm sure you know the acronym. All people seem to need data processing, and please don't throw sausage pizza away. Like, you should know those layers, like the physical layer, the data layer, the networking layer. Please don't. The transport layer, application layer. Oh, no, please don't throw sausage pizza away. Session layer, presentation layer, application layer. Something like that. You use this program called Nessus. Wait, I have to type this out. All people seem to need data processing. Yeah, so there's the physical layer, the data layer, the network layer, the transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. Yeah. So you need to know, it's good to know all those layers and what they do generally. The physical layers, the fiber, the ones, the zeros. The data layer is where the connections happen. So that's routing the data. And then in the networking level, you have the switching level, okay? And then the transport layer is the data transporting. That's your your protocols, essentially. And then the session layer is the session for like session IDs and stuff. The presentation layer is where what is the presentation layer? I forget. The application layer is what you see. Oh no, I'm sorry. It goes application layer. No, I'm sorry. It goes people always seem to need data processing. Yeah. Application and presentation. So the presentation is like HTML, and application is, I think, the physical website. Let me check. The network process application, data representation and encryption. Okay, yeah. SSL TLS, I think, is what it is the presentation layer. Below the application layer. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, knowing all those and then knowing the necessary ports. Yeah, the OSI layer model is pretty important because you need to know what's happening there. You need to know what's happening there, so, yeah. Yeah, those are the acronyms. From top down is all people seem to need data processing. So that's from layer 7 to 1. And then layer 1 to 7 is please do not throw sausage pizza away. I learned everything from the textbook, from the certifications and the quizzes, and some of the exercises. Like We've done some hash generation and decryption, general encryption. I did some attestation reports, so like logging security of data, which is more like of a legal context of cybersecurity, where like you receive a physical drive or something, and so you're like, okay, I received this drive at this time by this person in this condition, it's this color, it's this make, it's this model. You're just literally documenting everything about every single step you take with the data. And you're like, and then I took that hard drive and I attached it to this cord. It was, this information about this cord into this computer, and this is all the information about the computer, and it was done by me, and it was done at this time. And then after I loaded up the drive, then I performed a search at this time, and then at this time I did this and that. I moved these files and I started copying them at this time. It finished copying to this device at this time, and this device it was copied to is a TP link or a frickin' whatever. It's a black WD XD1 hard drive, and it has this many gigabytes, and this is the serial number and the model number. So it's literally just documenting everything. We did that, and used a program called Wireshark to capture packets and look at network traffic. What else did I do? We did used a virtual machine, did some stuff in Kali Linux to replicate SynFlood attacks and how to remediate those, and a little bit of programming, a little bit of Python, not too much, and that's basically what I did. Just make money, man. I don't really give a shit. I don't really care. I'm a hard worker, and I don't complain, and I'm ready to just do whatever, and I can pretty much learn and adapt to anything, so it doesn't really matter. I could run a company, honestly. It's not a big deal. Like, you enter for like a junior security analyst. I'm like, yeah, I can look at your data. I know how to look up policies, and I know basic network security. I know physical security. I'm familiar with certain applications and how to, know an attack's going on. I don't know how to like physically stop it all the time, but if you have a what is it, IDP or an IPS, intrusion prevention system, that will stop it. Put that in line your network. So I mean, basically, and then just doing training, like, because the biggest vulnerability are people. So it's just about creating good policy and training for people, and making sure that they don't click on stupid links or give their passwords to people, because people are so dumb. So how many hours of week per study did I do for a certification? I don't know. The boot camp was 9 hours once a week, and then I was probably doing 3 to 4 hours of work a week. I wasn't really studying when I was doing my certification. I was mostly just like doing the courses, doing the quizzes, and then doing the assignments. But as far as studying goes, I've probably been doing well, actually, hold on, let me look at my screen time. Let me look at my screen time on my app. Let me see here. My settings. Oh, let me just search it. Screen time. Digital well-being. Okay, so go there. Okay, we are not gonna... I turned it off, so I don't have that. I don't know, maybe like hour and a half a day, every day, maybe 2 hours a day. It depends. Depends on how slow I am at work. So Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the course material, like what section you're doing. Like, because some of the stuff I already knew. Some of the stuff is pretty, like, basic common sense, and I already knew it. But some of the stuff I didn't know. So it just depends. It varies. It varies. So, yeah. Can I give a kid tamed away if you don't have good fat source? All I have are milk, eggs, and sometimes cowboy. Cowboy fat brain. What is cowboy fat brain? Okay, I know that's a typo. I know that's just cow brain. Cow fat and brain. You basically have everything you need. You mix the milk and the eggs with honey. You mix the cow fat with pineapple and eat that with your meat meals. You eat the brain and the marrow with your meat meals. And you eat a pound of meat a day, and you eat, 18 eggs a day. You drink half a gallon of milk a day, and yeah, I mean, you'll gain weight. You should gain weight. Yeah, you can definitely do the courses at work. It would not be too hard. That's what I do, and I don't have an office job, so I still do it. Four likes, 3 viewers. Let's go. I think a lot of people left because of the cybersecurity talk, but oh well. I think I explained everything about the conference. It's June 10th to June 14th. Let me I'm actually just gonna pin that. Yeah. And I think I pretty much said everything about it. So yeah. We'll see. I mean, the job market's not really good, so we'll see what happens. I'm applying for like other state jobs too. Other government jobs. What's good, JXS 2008? So we'll see. I'm not married to going into cybersecurity. I'm just trying to get a government job, basically, because there's a big problem, at least in America, where like private companies put out ghost jobs because HR people are pretty useless. So they like make work for themselves to look busy, so they put out fake jobs. And the companies like it too because it looks like they're growing even though they're not. So a lot of people will spend hours applying for fake jobs that aren't even real. It's cruel. It's so I know that state jobs, if they're hiring in government, they don't put out fake jobs. So that's why I've shifted to like finding a job in the public sector. I don't know. Also, if I work for the government, they're not going to be able to fire me because I eat raw meat. Or if my cyber stalker doxes me and harasses me and my employer, they won't be able to fire me for that either. GTC, what up? got a check mark. You're a somebody. Damn. Mr. Pokemon cards. Good for you, bro. That's pretty sick. Nice. I'm honored you're here. Thank you. I hope you're having a good evening. I was just talking cybersecurity and filling people in about what's going on with the conference this year. We're going to announce the dates and we're going to have a flash sale of like early bird tickets. It'll be like 10 tickets for like super cheap, but it's only going to be 10 tickets. And when they're gone, they're gone. So just a heads up. Oh, GTC subscribed on bacterial spray on meat. Yeah, isn't that crazy, man? A lot of people don't even know that happens. A lot of people be like, why my meat tastes weird? And it's because there's a bunch of chemicals they spray on it because of bacteria. It makes no sense. It makes no sense because most people are cooking it anyway. So it's like, why are you spraying it? Oh, nice. Of course you eat raw meat. You're a Chad with over 250,000 subscribers. Yeah, based. If you're interested in learning more, my website, Primal Diet Coaching, has a lot of great resources, food sourcing, health blogs. We host an annual Primal Diet conference, so it's the largest raw meat conference in the world. It's this June 10th to June 14th this year in Berks Garden, Virginia, at a farm. We're going to be harvesting a cow for the conference, so there's going to be fresh meat, no chemical sprays on our meat, and you can slaughter your own chicken, and there will be all kinds of food there. All you can drink raw milk, and we'll have a ton of ice cream. We'll have like 20 gallons of ice cream. There will be like 60 people there from all over the country, and yeah, it's a good time. So you could come meet people who've been eating raw meat for over 20 years and see how they're doing, because if you're new to eating raw meat, you're kind of like, well, what am I doing? Is this going to work? Is it worth it? I don't know. You can meet people who are 60 years old and who've been doing it for over 20 years. So you can look at their health and see if it's worth it to keep doing. So yeah, man, we're going to have tickets go on sale probably in February. So it'd be cool to get a lot of people to go. I mean, a lot of people are going to go, but just more people, new people like you, who are just like, yeah, I eat raw meat and I want to learn more. We've got classes and information, and then there's workshops and just hanging out. It's a pretty great time, honestly. It's Berks Garden. Look up Berks Garden, Virginia. It's beautiful. Basically, it was a mountaintop that collapsed in on itself hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And when the British were when the British colonies were still happening, they would bring their cows there to graze because the soil was so rich. You should be okay. You'll just have to sign a waiver. But the conference is open to all. We had babies there. We had this little baby there last year who was eating a ton of raw meat. He was just like stuffing his face with chicken and butter. It was so cute. He was such a happy baby, so cute. And a couple other little kids there, like 5 to 7. So it's a family-friendly event. We have everyone there from all ages. So yeah, I would email. When everything. Stay tuned. Signed up for the email list. Sign up for the email list on primaldietcoaching.com. Let me type it in here. And did I spell that right? And ask Phoenix. Phoenix is the main organizer. He's been on the diet for 25 years. Raised this kid on raw meat. And ask him. I'm sure it would be okay. I wouldn't have a problem with it, if he if you're a good kid and you're really trying to learn, I don't see any problem with it. Um, but you know, maybe you need to bring a guardian. I don't know. So, but it's like I said, it's a family-friendly event. And there's parents there. There's people, a lot of people in their 20s, a lot of younger people in their 20s, unks like me in their 30s, and kids. So, awesome. Spectacular. Yeah, so you'll get a notice about it, and if you're really serious about it, if you're still on the raw meat stuff, just email your question about coming. So, yeah, it's a great great group of people, honestly, and it's a great way to learn and meet other people who eat this way, because it's kind of hard to do sometimes for some people. But yeah, it's going to be a good year this year, I think. We're really looking forward to it. We just had a meeting today, planned a bunch of stuff. That's why I'm giving out tidbits of information about the conference, like the date. So this is an exclusive. This is why my channel's worth following, because you get early exclusives. We're gonna announce the date probably this week sometime, but this is confirmed. And yeah, so it's a good time, and it's a beautiful place. If you know the Vanderbilts, they were a big rich family back in the day. They actually tried to buy up all of Burke's Garden because it's so beautiful, but nobody living in Burke's Garden would let them do it. Now it's a lot of Amish. It's like an Amish micronation, because the Amish are having families and growing and having farms and setting up ancillary supporting businesses, and they're buying up all the land when the boomers pass away. So like all of the English, that's what they call us, English, the American boomers pass away, they buy up the farms and the land, and they turn it into Amish farms. So Burke's Garden will be like 100% Amish in like 15 years. It's pretty crazy. But we're also looking to buy a retreat center, and it will be. We might have if we can buy the retreat center before June, we're probably going to have it there. Animal based, transition to raw, 80% raw currently. Trying to source better before going all in. Oh, I hear you. I ate grocery store meat over the summer, and it was pretty gross when I saw them spraying everything down with degreaser when I was there late. And I just thought, yeah, I'm going to go back to the butcher. That's a little nicer. The prices are basically the same, that's the thing, except it's like a 30-minute drive from where I live. But not too bad, honestly, considering I get my milk out that way, basically. So the place I get my meat, they spray it. It's state inspected, and it's only sprayed with vinegar and hot water. So there's no harmful chemicals like the other stuff in that video. I've also set up herd shares with the Amish, so you can become a member in a herd share, and you can order chemical-free meat delivered directly to your door. School members get a discount, and they also get other food sourcing. But if you're interested in joining the herd share, it's $50 donation for the form, and then you pay the farmer $20. He sells poultry for $4.85 a pound. Sheep is red meat is $8 a pound. Pork is $7 a pound. Rabbits are $9 each. Horse is $12 a pound. He's got milk for $8 a pound, and no salt raw cheese for $6 a pound. And he ships from North Arkansas, so the shipping's pretty cheap. Amos Miller is a good source of meat, and he has water buffalo that's pretty cheap. You can get $3.50. You can get $9 a pound for a 3-pound bundle of water buffalo meat, but the shipping and handling is expensive with Amos. You have to pay shipping and handling. It's like $50 to get it delivered to you. But my guy, it's just direct to you through FedEx, and it's only $25-$30 shipping. So how much do I pay at the butcher? I pay $10 a pound for good red meat. I buy roasts, sirloin, lean cut roasts, because they're cheaper, and the meat's a little tougher. I like that. Tougher meat will build a stronger body. Okay, so buying the ribeyes and all that stuff, yeah, it's nice, it's fatty, and it's tender or whatever, but it's just expensive. I don't like to buy it. I like the lean meats, because what I do is I eat butter or bone marrow with my meat meals. So the fat comes from the extra fat, the marrows and the butters. I'm not getting the fat from the meat so much. I'm not concerned about that. So roasts are the most economical way to buy meat because it comes in like a 5-pound chunk, and you can put it in like a container in your fridge, and it'll keep for a week. And you just cut it off as you need it, or you can cut it up into quart jars like these, but use a wide mouth. This is not a wide mouth, but you want a wide mouth so you can stick your hand in it. If you fill it up all the way with meat, it'll cut off the air, and this keeps it fresh longer. So just ask, if you go to your grocery store, like, you can eat that meat, but as you can see from my video, it's not advisable. So it's better to find a local butcher and find out if the meat is state inspected, and find out what they spray on their meat, because the regulations require, no matter where an animal or how an animal is processed, state inspected or USDA inspected, it has to be sprayed with something, some sort of antimicrobial prevention. They can use the vinegar because the vinegar classifies as acetic acid. So that's how they do that. But just ask the butcher, like, where do the cows come from and how are they processed? What are they sprayed with? Are they state inspected? Is it USDA inspected? Yeah, exactly. This is what the channel's for. It's literally in the name. My current diet. Hold on. How much eggs to gain weight? It depends on how many. It depends on your body size, but like, you want to eat at least 18 eggs a day to gain weight, I think. And you want to eat the eggs with milk, cream, and honey, and make a milkshake, because that is really that's the best way to gain weight, is to drink the milkshakes. So I'd say at least 18 eggs a day, plus doing the diet, other foods, meats and fats. My current diet, okay, so I wake up, I eat cheese, no salt cheese, special cheese from the Amish, which you can order. I have sourcing in my school. It absorbs the toxins in the gut, okay? And then I eat eggs. I just slunk them out of the shell. Here, let me show you. I eat eggs mostly like this. You put a hole in the top. Doesn't have to be a big hole. You just have to crack the membrane. And then you put a hole in the bottom. And just like that. So I do 3 to 6 eggs in the morning, depending. And then some days I'll do vegetable juice. The vegetable juice is very helpful if you're just starting the diet. This is all detailed in a book called We Want to Live by Augenus Vonderplanitz. You can read more about him. I got stuff on my videos, essentially. And it's a mix of celery and parsley juice, mostly as a base, with carrots or beets, ginger sometimes. And I'll drink maybe 2 cups of that with an egg stirred in and some cream. And then I'll eat more eggs, just like that. And then I come home from work. I'll start drinking milk. I'll have maybe some more eggs. I might have some cheese and honey and butter, or some cheese and butter and dates. And then I have a meat meal. So I eat about 3/4 of a pound to a pound of raw meat. It's either fish, beef, or chicken. Mostly, it's a combination of those 3, either or. I like chicken thighs. I buy Bell & Evans chicken thighs from the store. That's a good brand. They're air chilled. There's no spraying. And then I'll have like a milkshake after that. And a milkshake is milk, eggs, cream, and honey all blended together. And I'll drink that, and I'll drink milk before I go to bed. So That's generally what I eat every day. If I have a fruit meal recently, I've been doing grapefruit with cream and honey. A lot of cream and honey, like a cup of cream, a grapefruit, and honey, and eating that together. It's amazing. It's even better if you have honeycomb. So that's generally what I eat in a day. On days that I take a hot bath, I don't tend to eat meat because it's a little heavy. I'll just drink more milk and eggs and cheese and honey. Um, um, Pork is a cheap way to gain weight. Yeah, pork is cheap meat. If you can find even good pork, pastured pork is going to be cheaper than, good pastured beef. Um, from Missouri to Alabama, I mean, I don't know. It's 2-day shipping, so if he sends it out on Tuesday, you'll have it by Thursday. A social media agency. Nice. Yeah, if you are interested in the diet, we have lots of content and resources and people if that's a channel you'd want to push. There's me, of course, but there's also other people. So if you reach out to me on Instagram or something, and if you want to talk more about that, um, if that's an interest to you. So, yeah. Yeah, because we do have a lot of people. We do kind of have an angel who's very successful and very pro this diet. So it's a herd share. It's a herd share contract. So you join a herd share, and then you can order the food because you're a member. It's not open to the public. You have to be a member. The diet is pretty expensive, it's true, but it's a investment. Exactly. Yay is right. It's an investment. Pay now or suffer later. Exactly. I don't want to suffer later, honestly. Life is like there's enough suffering in life. I don't need to deal with suffering health. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it about the diet. Suffer later, pay later too, like most don't. Yeah. Yeah, that's life for you. So, yeah, basically with this diet, most important thing to do is just eat the meats and the fats. Make sure you're getting enough fat, make sure you're getting enough meat. A pound of meat a day is a pretty good average for most people. You might need more or less depending on your body size. The raw milk is really good. If you get into vegetable juice, that's really good. Oh, did someone ask me about juicers and I ignored them? I'm sorry, I'm just remembering this now. Um, like I said earlier, a Ninja juicer, a Nama juicer, an Omega juicer, those are cheap alternatives. Those are cheaper ones. A centrifugal juicer is really cheap use, but they're not good. They're not good. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, when I was a college student, I only spent like $16 a week on food, $20 a week on food, and I ate absolute garbage. I really only ate one meal a day. I'd have an orange for lunch, and then I would eat, like mac and cheese and peas and tuna for dinner, or like a baked sweet potato with a lot of butter and sugar, stuff like that. Oh, absolutely, GTC cards. I'm glad you are new to the diet, exploring the diet. So thank you. Yeah, I'm here for questions and such. So I might be here, I might not be. We'll see. Thanks for your questions. Most continue to be misled when they suffer and suffer more. I'm saying you'll be fine with the info here. It's not doom and gloom. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, RJ. You have some pretty cryptic stuff. I have some high level cryptic stuff. I'm just not. I'm not plugged into your knowledge. So your lexicon. So sometimes it gets lost in translation. I know you mean no harm either, so no worries. I mean, like, don't 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 feel bad if I misunderstand something. I know you're a good kid. So it's funny. Someone just commented Sunday Sith Lord. I do look like a Sith Lord with the red and the black and the hood. I thought I liked sweet potatoes, but I actually like butter. Yeah. What's up, llama boy? How you doing? $8 a day to finish my 2025. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Eat some butter and potatoes and eggs. Stuck at 54 kilos because I'm in school and don't have a budget to gain weight. Yeah. Milk and eggs is not. Raw milk is actually pretty expensive. So, but actually, if you have pounds, I don't know where you are, but if you have pounds, raw milk may be kind of cheap. I hear raw milk's cheap in the UK. Supplements are extracted with petroleum. I don't know about coal and tar, but definitely petroleum. Liam. Okay. If you want, just say the word. How do you like the fire, guys? Is that pretty cozy? Is that pretty comfy? My furnace is out again, so I've been down here working all day on the computer, and I'm gonna go poke the fire. Hold on. Now we're cooking. Needed to readjust that log, get it on the coals. Um, wow, raw milk for a whole year. Damn, that's amazing. That's Alabama. Yeah. You have to find a good brand, and actually, good brand eggs are pretty expensive. If you're gonna get a good, healthy brand of eggs in the United States, it's $8 a dozen. So, oh, nice. I don't think Ohio does that. I should look into that though. Interesting. How many people we got in here? 8. Nice. So I was given some details about the Primal Diet Conference. It is June 10th to the 14th this year. It's going to be a great time. We will have a raffle. Speaking of raffles, we will have it's a social media contest, tag 3 people, like and repost sort of thing. So you'll get entered to win all expenses, well, not all expenses, but like free registration and food for the whole conference if you get first place. Second place is registration. third place is free food. So 3 people will get substantial winnings. Yeah. So Africa in June. Damn, that's cool. I just joined. The fruit meal was the grapefruit, the cream, and the honey. That's what we be eating. I'm done, though. I'm done. I'm actually about to start on the milk. I'm actually start milking it up. Actually, I'm going to do some eggs. Yeah, this is a good fire, man. It's cozy. Amish foods are expensive or not? It depends. My herd shares are Amish folk, and one of them is pretty cheap, actually. The other one is a little expensive. It depends on their input costs. But generally, the Amish are a frugal people. They don't like to charge a lot of money. Amos Miller is actually kind of blacklisted from his community because he charges so much money for his food because he has to because of the lawyer fees and such. So, Tanzania, awesome. Yeah, I ate sour cream and honey and grapefruit for dinner. So yeah, it's good. Tanzania, nice. Very cool. Yeah. So the other cool thing about the Primal Diet Conference this year is we're gonna harvest a cow. We're gonna harvest a small cow for the weekend for food. So Thursday morning, probably Thursday morning because of flies and stuff, in the afternoon. We're gonna have fresh cow. We'll have blood, organs, glands, and meat for the whole weekend. You know, it's gonna be pretty great. There will also be a new tier of ticket. You won't have access to the classes. Well, actually, you'll be able to go to one class a day, but that's it. And but it'll be cheaper to go for people, younger kids. Yeah, the nice thing about Africa is the animals will be cheap, and you can buy the animal and pay someone else to butcher it for you. Nice. Building churches, spreading God. That's great. Blood just tastes like iron. It tastes like hot iron. What's good? Microwave. How are you? Happy to see you today. W conference surrounding with like-minders. Yeah, it's all ages. We had a baby there last year who was eating a bunch of chicken and butter. We had a couple smaller children. We had, I think, someone's teenager. And then we had, people in their 20s, people in their 30s, in their 40s, their 50s, and their 60s, and their 70s. So, we had a wide variety of people. Tell her to calm down and drink some raw milk. I don't think blood tastes that good. I don't think it makes me feel that good either. Personally, I'm not a big blood fan. So, yag. 9 likes, 11 viewers, let's go. How many kilograms? I'm definitely not consuming kilograms. Maybe like 500 grams a day. About 500 grams a day, give or take. Nice. Chocolate and sauces to imitate blood and liver. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I finished off a bunch of cream with that grapefruit, like I said, and I just put in some milk and shook it up. So I've got like extra cream in this milk. It's really nice with the honey and the eggs. Regenerative farming is great. It's good stuff. Chocolate and sauces taste better than blood and liver. Facts. Major facts. Major facts, major W. Hopping on Minecraft with the boys. I understand. Enjoy your time. Have fun. Get some diamonds for me. Make me a nice chain. Make me a nice chain. Neff. Appreciate you. Minecraft with the boys to imitate tribe survival. Pretty much. But hey, it's fun. It's all good fun, right? Yes, sir. Oopsie. Llama boy, where did you go, brother? Well, if he left, he's not going to be able to answer you. Huh. I don't spit out the fiber when I eat an orange. The fruit fiber actually has a purpose because the fruit fiber helps to reduce the insulin spike from the sugar. Bowling to imitate hunting and setting traps. Yep. Oh, yeah, that Marcus kid. Yeah, I heard about that. Everybody told me it's just people in the comments making fun of him, which is pretty hilarious. I can't believe, like, I can't imagine something like more embarrassing and like a lack of or like a damage to your aura, or maybe it's you don't have any aura. Is where you like make a video debunking somebody, and then everybody is just clowning on you in the comments and saying you're wrong. That's pretty funny. It's like a humiliation ritual, honestly. He's working. Liam is working. Can I only eat 1 kilogram of meat a day? You can eat as much meat as you want. Yeah, it depends on how big you are, if you're a big boy or not. They say Mongolian nomads would eat 9 pounds of meat a day. Can you imagine that? It's insane. If I had to take a guess, the video title would be I lack aura and I get mogged by real primals. I think that's probably the video title. Am I going to debate some teenager who doesn't know anything about life? No way. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. I'd rather just get into the ring. you know? But I don't know, he's a kid. I don't know if I could do that. You know, I'd rather just like fight than debate. Because that's really like how you mog. That's really how you like mog and dominate with your aura. I'm more interested in that. Did he delete the video? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. It was pretty embarrassing for him because everybody was just clowning on him, according to like what people told me. I don't even know what the video is called. I assume it's something about egg whites or, you know, Ogenus or me. But, you know, the thing is I didn't even know this video happened because nobody, until people told me about it. The guy, the kid, he's kind of disrespectful. He used my video and then he didn't even tag me. He used my video for content and he didn't even have the decency and the courtesy to tag me. So it's probably because he's scared. Because it's like, well, I mean, why wouldn't you do the... I mean, even Godus has the courtesy to tag people that he roasts. But, you know, this kid, he couldn't even do that. He's probably just scared of me, honestly. Probably just didn't want the heat. So, I can't say I blame him, but, you know, whatever, you know, kids, what are you going to do, man? You know, if people want to pay some kid, like hundreds of dollars who just started eating raw meat to learn about coaching, which is just him using AI, I mean, that's stupid. That's the kind of stupid people. That's the kind of stupid people that are out there. And you deserve to get ripped off if you do that, honestly. You deserve to get ripped off if you give some teenager $300 for an iridology reading. Sad to say. But yeah, there's people out there like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Godus is like not a coward. I mean, Godus is like one of the biggest cowards there is. So, if he's tagging people, what does that say about people who won't tag people? My goodness. 16? That's a young man. A young man should know better. I left the stream for a bit now. I'm back. You probably left exactly when I started talking about the conference. Wow, you emailed Godus? That's gross. We already have a whole blog on how to raise kids on the diet. Yeah, so okay, in verse, let me repeat myself again. As you can see, I've pinned the date. That's the first spoiler. It's in Berks Garden, Virginia, as of now. We are looking to buy a retreat center. And if we can close on the retreat center, we're going to have the conference at this dope retreat center. It's going to be amazing. Anyway. Yeah. So we're going to be slaughtering a baby cow. Not a baby cow, a small cow. For food. Thursday morning, so we have fresh meat. For the conference, there will be organs and blood and glands, of course. And everybody, there's going to be a chicken processing workshop. I don't know if we're going to do that with... I don't know if you're going to have to pay for your chicken or if it's included yet, but there's going to be something like that too. And there's going to be workshops with activities, but those are extra. There's also going to be another tier for people. So the full registration is going to cover like classes you want to go to, and you'll have maybe discounts on the workshops, the skills courses, but we're going to have a lower tier for younger folks who maybe don't have a lot of money. And I don't know what this price is going to be, so I'm not going to say it, but it's going to be much cheaper than the full registration. You're only going to get to go to one class a day. and you're going to have to pay probably full price for the workshops and the activities. So, yeah, it's it's going to be pretty nice. We're going to go on a big hike Sunday on the Appalachian Trail. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I don't know. Do you have any other questions? Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't even really think about that. It's like who claim people whose most art. It's funny because most of their arguments they use appeal to authority to debunk or argue against things. But at the same time, to debunk others, they're going to use appeal to authority. It doesn't make any sense. It's really just like dumb people, you know? Dumb kids who appeal to other dumb kids. What are you going to do, man? My favorite raw milk is unrefrigerated. Camel colostrum, interesting. You know, nature doesn't actually exist. So how about that? 5 viewers, 10 likes. That's great, guys. Thank you. Thanks for the views. Thanks for the likes. Damn, my viewer counters just dropped off. Apparently there's only 3 people in here right now. 5. I don't know. This is kind of crazy. No, not at all. That's crazy, man. His diet advice sucks. It's not even that good. He's not helping people with his diet, really. You know? Most people don't eat GOAT style for years and years because it doesn't work. I mean, he was caught on camera stalking his ex and his son, and then, like, his ex gets acid attacked, and then they try to burn her apartment down with her inside, so he's pretty sick, man. His diet advice is not the same as Ogenus. His diet advice is not the same as Ogenus. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't even eat the diet all the time because he deflated and lost all his muscles. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. So yeah. But to say the diet advice is the same shows you don't understand what the primal diet is. Yep, Miami is expensive. I believe that. What's up, Lex? Hello, Lex Nip. How are you tonight? I'm not speaking from ignorance. I'm speaking from sworn court testimony in investigation in court documents where the attacker was paid by Bitcoin by a YouTuber whose wife was the attacker's ex-wife. So the attacker was Primal Bell's ex-husband and her daughter, actually. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, is that just a coincidence that the people who attacked Luna have a direct link to Godus and he paid them a Bitcoin? Yeah. I don't think it's and why doesn't Godus want to show his location? Why doesn't he do live streams? Why doesn't he show where he is? Because he's hiding. Primal Bell is plastic. Plastic Bell. Plastic Bell is pretty gross, actually. And she's old, too. She's like 40. Some people were talking about Godus. They were saying, why is he bad? And his diet advice is the same as Ogenus. All that is it's just not true. He's not a good person, and he's not similar to Ogenus's diet at all. He doesn't do like half of that diet. So, well, I'm sure you've seen her. If you know Godus is, you've definitely seen her. So, in nature, people don't use Bitcoin. That's right. Bitcoin is an unnatural, man-made currency. Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, people who take Godus seriously are mentally ill, and they're not very smart. Because people who do talk about Godus, generally they're doing it in jest. They're making fun of him because he's a lol cow. That's what they do. That's what they do. So. You can just look at his body and tell. He's got gyno, and he doesn't have any muscle mass. He used to have a lot more muscle mass. If you look at older videos, and if you actually eat raw meat and do the diet, you don't lose muscles. So he lost muscle mass because he's not doing the diet. It's that simple. Like, I stopped working out and I didn't lose my muscle. So, yeah. Made in Abyss is on my list. Made in Abyss is on my anime list, actually. I think I'm going to watch Twin Peaks after I finish this Gundam series. Or maybe I'll rewatch Code Geass or Hellsing Ultimate, and then I'll watch Twin Peaks, and then I'll watch Made in Abyss. That's kind of like my watching Godus to imitate father figures. That's a good one, bro. Yeah, he was definitely on roids, but even still, if he ate more raw meat, he would have kept most of his shape, but he didn't. Because he doesn't do the diet totally. That's why, like, he does, like, everybody who was associated with him doesn't want to associate with him. It's that simple. I mean, yes, people do grow apart and such, but not like that. Um, I don't think the roids made him lose his hair. I mean, that doesn't help, but I don't think that's why he lost his hair. I don't think that's fair to say. Hmm. His hair transplant failed, and that's why he has to wear a wig. That's what happened. I'm in my 30s. Yes, sir. I'm an unk. I'm unk status. I'm cooked. I know. I don't hide it. I don't act like I'm not. What should I eat in a day without being strictly on primal diet? Just meat and fat. That's all you need. Meat and fat. Meat and fat and eggs. You're good. YouTube has no free speech. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, just like I said, just gullible people giving him money, stupid people giving him money, and then like, oh well, he didn't reach his goal, so he can't do it, even though he has all the money. Slavery. That's funny. Yeah, no, you're still a slave, bud. I mean, if you think you're woken up from slavery, you're not. That's pretty funny. Um, Animal fat, just animal fat trimmings are good. Really bad experience, work meeting. Ooh, wow. That sounds awful. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I think I might just like ban the word "gotos" from the chat because it's crazy. You guys just want to talk about some loser. I think we're gonna do that. How can I do that? I don't think I can do it this stream, but next stream. It's gonna be a no-go zone. A no-go zone. Yeah, hot baths will help, RJ. No, you need to eat meat and fat. You need to get extra fat with your meat. Buy fat trimmings from the butcher. I mean, you're probably just a kid, but, you're going to pay taxes, you're going to pay utilities, you're going to probably have to work in some fashion. Pretty much everything that he would describe as slavery, you're still going to do. So, you know. The animal fat and the butter, that's a pretty nuanced question, but it doesn't really matter for your case because you're not even able to do the diet all the way. So don't worry about it. Free speech is not necessarily guaranteed here. I'll knock people's hustle if it's bad. I don't care. I mean, okay. Those are some fancy words. Those are some fancy college words. Life has been boring and depressed since winter. I'm sorry. Yeah, when the sun goes away, it's tough. I get that. Yeah, when the sun goes away, you lose your energy a bit. So, I get it, man. I get it. Start a YouTube channel to keep myself busy. Well, I mean, you could do that, or you could do something else. Like, you could probably trade meme coins, try to trade meme coins. I mean, the only reason I have this YouTube channel is because I have an audience. Like, I've had an audience. I have a captive audience in a very specific niche. I'm a leading figure in a very niche thing. So it makes sense for me to do this because I'm promoting. Like, I got someone coming to the conference, sign up for their website. I get people signing up for herd shares in my school. I get clients out of this. So it's like marketing for me, It's not just like making a YouTube channel. Now, Liam's gonna collab with me if he collabs with anybody, because that's my neph right there. Just one of my top neffs. He's always in the chat. He's a good kid. So, well, you probably can't afford butter, so the fat trimmings are gonna be cheaper. They might digest a little easier. That's why. Yeah. Let's see here. How much longer am I going to go? I don't know. Maybe another 15, 30 minutes. Maybe I'll wrap up by 10 o'clock. I'll wrap up by 10 o'clock, I think. So, yeah. Well, I'll be. I'd make chill, less informative videos surrounding my diet. Vlog type, chill videos having fun. Okay. That sounds great. I mean, if you don't want me to like do an interview with you and introduce your channel to an audience of 2,000 people, I mean, sure, maybe you don't want a head start. That's fine. Just trying to be nice. But okay, All right. Well, there you go. You'll get your money when college pays you. Oh, are you sure? Because you just said you were just like, nah, I'm just going to make less informative videos. And, you just, yeah, no, you should definitely have content up before you get that exposure. Because that way, when people go to your page, they'll see, you have something and they can engage with it. So no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I take I take walks and stuff, but it's a lot easier for me to talk what I want to talk about in some cases with the computer and everything to go through certain topics. And I think people like to see that because it gives them something to look at and watch too. But I'll probably do my annual report without the computer and stuff outside. Maybe we'll see. That's coming up. No, he was talking about the videos he's gonna make. He's gonna start a channel and make chill, less informative videos surrounding his diet. That's what he's gonna do. He just told you. Maybe there's a breakdown there in communication. Is English your first language? I'm just curious. He just took he just ripped off Jake the asshole and Frank Tefano's sketch basically. Yeah. You've seen one Go to Smocking video, you've seen them all. Is the gym bad for you? No. Yeah, Frank Tefano did one, and Jake the Asshole. Jake the Asshole's done a lot of them. Jake has the best GOAT's parodies, honestly. No one's topped Jake's parodies. Excuse me. Omegle type vids. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'll think about it. I do have another channel, but And I would do maybe more of that on that channel, like more fun stuff. This is more like diet advice. Like this is specifically for the diet. It's not like fun stuff, vlog stuff, personal stuff. Like I would put that on the other channel, you know? Maybe do the gaming and stuff, maybe a little gaming. Well, actually the gaming kind of sucks. I kind of hate gaming, honestly. It's just really boring and I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have time to do that other stuff. I don't really have time to like make fun vlogs and things. Barley fed meat is fine. Barley's okay. You know, like, all right, I'm not going to go. All right, I'm going to drop Sith mode. Now it's a little colder. How many logs I got left? Just one? That should be enough to get me through the night. Yeah, okay. Okay. I need to lock in. Yeah. I don't know who Andres Nilsson is. I don't know who that is. What is exceptional? I don't know. Like, it depends on the animal, dude. You can go through my other videos and watch. I kind of explain all that. So, poultry needs to eat bugs and protein like meat. Herbivores need to eat, you know, herbivore stuff like grass and vegetables that are not sprayed with chemicals. That's that easy, man. Lord Gandy is angry with him. Who is Andres Nielsen? I don't even know who that is. Andreas Nilsson? Andreas Nilsson. Maximize your genetic potential with raw animal products. That's funny. Mostly raw foods. He does mostly raw foods. Yeah, it's because he doesn't do the primal diet. It's another ogenous W, to be honest. It's just proof the GOTUS diet doesn't work. You know, he had to give up. Yeah, they did. Lexnor's right. Right. The primal diet is the best because it is optimal, not because it is natural. Exactly. That guy's proof. He's like, oh, I had to stop. I had to stop eating the goatus diet because it doesn't work. Yeah. No shit. Just another W. Tomato juice. Tomato juice is actually really bussin' though. Yep. That cream and milk, man. That's so good. I'm going to stoke the fire. Hold on. Wasn't sure if I wanted to put another log on, so. Excuse me. Modern science, yeah. Based modern science followers. I think water kefir's kind of dumb. I mean, it's just alcoholic. I'm sure it tastes nice and everything. I'm sure it's a nice little treat, but it's not something that I would drink, honestly. Not something I would drink. Personally, it's not part of my diet. So, yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna unburden myself here so I have a little bit more room. I'm not yanking my computer everywhere. Need a longer headphone jack. That's the wrong one actually here. Log in. Check that fire out, man. Let me look at the camera. Yeah, that's a good fire, isn't it? What's the best for weight gain? Milkshakes. Milkshakes, milkshakes, milkshakes. Milkshakes are the best. Milkshakes are the best for weight gain. Yeah. Even Augenus has said that. The lube formula is okay, but the milkshake's better. Because the cream's like very anabolic. I don't know what it is about the cream, but the cream, the honey, the eggs, it's perfect food. Lube as well is a well-balanced food. Don't get me wrong, but the cream is just better for gaining weight. When I would drink a lot of milkshakes, I would gain a lot of weight. I'm up 7 pounds from when I was low, so I attribute that to eating about a pound of meat a day, at least 6 to 8 eggs, at least, a quart of milk, and a milkshake. Also, a fruit meal with a lot of cream helps. Yeah, I'm going to throw some ribeyes on the wood, actually. Pseudoscience mixtures in pharmacology pills, yeah. But generally, just eating a lot is good for weight gain. But you can have the milkshakes to really help. Milkshakes really help you gain fat. Okay. To gain weight, generally, just means eating lots more meat. Lots more meat and fat in a day. So, yeah. I'm actually feeling that fire now. The hearth is getting warm, so that's nice. How long does weight gain take? If your digestion and your diet are on point, you can do like a pound a day. You can gain a pound a day. You can gain a pound a day. At least half a pound a day. If you're not gaining at least half a pound a day, you're doing something wrong on this diet. This diet is specifically designed to make you fat. So, yeah. I think I go over weight gain. I've done a video on weight gain. It's also laid out in the book, the schedule to eat. You just have to do what you're told, You just do the recipe, man. You do the recipe and then you do more. Like, you would have another milkshake or a loop formula or eat more meat and eggs. And, that's just how you gain weight. It's easy. Suppositories might help as well. So, if you get really desperate, that's something to consider. But, your digestion, it depends. A lot of people, they don't really have as good digestion as they think. So eating pineapple is helpful. Ginger is helpful. Lemon. It just depends. I always struggled to gain weight when I was not on the diet. But after a few years on the diet, I was able to gain weight. Basically, the weight came in after I introduced dairy. I was not gaining much weight. I gained maybe 5-10 pounds when I was just eating meat and fat. But when I got the dairy, that's when I really started to gain weight. That's when I gained 30 pounds with the dairy. So you really need the dairy to gain a lot of weight fast. There's really no other way around it, honestly. Probably take twice as long without dairy. Twice as long. So, Let me look at the fire again. Damn. Fire looking sexy. I almost feel it. My furnace is out, so that's why we're doing a fire. Normally, I don't like to do the fires because they're a lot of work. I have to clean out all that ash eventually, and also, I've just got to carry the wood into the house. And a lot of the wood I have is not cut for fireplaces. It's a little too big, generally too long, so it just kind of sucks. I don't have a lot of kindling either. Thankfully, I have some survival fire starters that I personally make, and I use one of those to get it going. But yeah, I do have to make some more of those. Yeah, I know you bought a new profile picture. Good for you. Why would you buy a profile picture? Just Windows key, Shift S, and you can screenshot any profile picture you want. You don't need to buy one. That's crazy, bro. Using man-made money to buy man-made profile pictures. It's very unnatural. That fire is NSFW. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm a really good fire tender. I've been making fire since I was like 8 years old. Yeah, man. A fire's just nice. It's good light and it's warm. Not that it's good to breathe smoke, but the smell of a fire, the smokiness, smoky aroma. It's comforting. Making fires, huh? Yeah, I am. Better. That's how the taste is. From cooked meat to raw, the taste is better. Raw is better. I don't know if you could hear that, but I was passing gas. That's why I switched to this headset, because people were complaining about this other camera microphone. You could hear everything, and like I would pass gas and you could hear it, which I think is pretty funny, honestly. It's just a little bit of immature humor, fart jokes. I think that stuff's funny. Sorry. I mean, I'm not going to apologize, but sorry, hashtag sorry, not sorry. So yeah. Yeah, raw cream is pretty important in gaining weight because you need it for the milkshakes. However, you can make milkshakes without adding extra cream. They're not going to be as good, but it's still better than just plain milk. If you have milk, honey, and eggs, it's still better. Okay? So, what you can also do is you can buy extra milk, okay? Buy extra milk and let the cream come to the top and then skim the cream off of that milk. And then you can save that other milk to drink or to use for baths. So you can buy extra milk to skim your own cream. You cannot replace raw cream with coconut cream. Do not do that. You don't know what you're talking about. That's a bad idea. Coconut cream does not build the body. It's a solvent. So, yeah. Hold on, I need to send a GIF. And maybe I don't. I can't find a good one. Yeah. It's like you never even read the book. I'll mark your words. What's up, Justin? The Y in my PFP is grass. Okay. What did I eat today? I made, I had cheese and then I had eggs, and then I had cheese and honey, and then I had grapefruit and cream and honey, and then I had eggs, and then I had milk, and then I had grapefruit, cream, and honey, and then I had milk and cream and honey and eggs and cheese and honey and more cheese. Hmm. Well, okay. Farting doesn't mean bad diet. It just means you have intestinal problems. And I didn't call anybody gay. Oh, gaydus. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Yeah, homemade cheese is rough. The trick is you have to let it dry out a long time. You have to let it get really dry. Also, something that may help is letting it sit in the whey. Like I left some milk out on the counter for like 3 months in the whey, and then I decided to make cheese out of that. And the cheese, it dried really good, and it was kind of like brownish, and it tasted like Parmesan cheese. It was pretty good. So you can try that. Let the cheese marinate in whey for like a couple months, and then strain it and make cheese out of that. Yeah, I find you have to age cheese and dry it to get it to taste not as bad. So, that's the trick. so funny. He said, my homemade cheese tastes so bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. That's a reaction. I get that. It tastes bad. I don't know how to describe it. How homemade cheese tastes bad, like when it tastes bad, but I know what you mean. It is annoyingly long. Yeah, cheese takes time. Cheese takes time. I'm like so full right now. I feel almost nauseous. This cream and milk is very rich. Hmm. It really doesn't taste like anything else. Yeah, it just tastes like homemade cheese, like bad homemade cheese. It's really all it be. Hmm. Okay, I'm locked in. Foreign cousin's sweaty socks. Yeah, that's true. Don't put the phone so close. It's an airplane mode, buddy. See that? Airplane mode. So it's very not that. It's not that bad. I mean, look, if you're pure of heart and you have balls of steel, EMF can't really harm you, so I'm not too worried about it. People who get affected by EMF have a skill issue. They're weak. Very weak people. Weaker constitutions. And I have a weak constitution according to my irises. I don't know what that means, but what does a weak constitution mean in context of iridology? Let's ask Google Gemini. The genetic structural integrity of the body. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Um, I would save it. Save the video about your diet. Content is content. Can egg shampoo with bad quality eggs do harm? No, not really. Yeah, I would save the video. For sure. See, the thing is some of the videos that went the most viral were videos I didn't really think much of. I didn't really think they would do good, but I did them and they got a lot of attention and I was like, "Oh, okay." So, you know, I think it helps to just have content and use content. Like, content is content. It doesn't matter. Don't focus on making it good or not. Just make content and put it out there. Because you are not going to be able to judge everything all the time accurately. Because your perception is different than how people are going to perceive your content. You know? If that makes sense. My most viewed video is the egg one, probably. Oh, Q&A? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, one of the workshop videos, yeah. Yeah, the pancreas and the vegetable oils and all that stuff. Yeah. Yep, that one gets a lot of consistent traffic. I'm surprised because it's pretty censored. All right, well, good night, Liam. Thank you for stopping by. It's kind of quiet in here, honestly, for 10 people. I don't mind though. It's good watch time. 12 viewers, 13 likes. Those are good numbers. Solid. Yeah, we'll probably run for another, actually 2 minutes. Yeah, 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock is kind of pushing it for me too, so I might Might give it a few more minutes, like a last call for questions, another 5-10 minutes. And then I'm going to call it. Yes, I told you I have the video made, and I'm going to post it. That'll be the next video I post just for you, okay? I'll probably post it later this week, Thursday, Friday. I have like 9 videos made, so I'm trying to space out the content. And, yeah. So I've got 9 videos made, and I'll just keep making more. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game here, because I'm running out of things. I'm running out of things to talk about, so. Yeah, I only need 237 hours to be monetized. And then I'll be fully monetized. Honestly, by the end of the week, I should be monetized. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably not gonna pay. I'm probably gonna pay like 25 cents a month. Honestly, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I'm new to it. You need 3,000 valid public watch hours. You need 1,000 subscribers as well. And then you have to have 4,000 public watch hours to get your videos monetized. So I already had 3,000 public watch hours, basically, when I started uploading again. I might even had less, but when I started paying attention to it, I realized I had 3,000 hours. So I basically, or no, I had 2,000 hours. No, like 1,800 hours. So I've basically grinded to 2,200 hours of watch time in 4 months. 5 months. That's not bad for being a niche channel. You know, there's not a big audience for this stuff, honestly. So, yep. So, yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I don't know, any last questions, guys? I'm going to enjoy this fire and watch some Gundam and finish my milk. Maybe eat some cheese. I'm feeling a little nauseous. Yes. So, any more motion in the chat, action in the chat, questions, you guys? Let me know. What's up, Mohammed? You're back. You're back. I'm just getting ready to wrap up the stream, just taking the last call for questions. Doesn't seem like many people have any, though, but how much chicken do I eat? I probably eat 1.5 to 3 pounds of chicken a week, depending. I would say my my chicken and my beef is about 45% each, and then 10% is fish. So, but lately, the swordfish has doubled in price, so I don't like that. But I think I'm gonna switch to buying mackerel at Whole Foods because they have good deals on fresh whole mackerel. It's like $9 a pound if you buy the whole fish, and I'll just have to cut it up and clean it up. So I would buy like a mackerel a week, clean it up and eat it. What quality chicken are you content with? Bell and Evans. Bell and Evans, organic or non-organic. It's all vegetarian fed, but it's all air chilled. The chicken doesn't give me a problem, so I like it. I have no problems with it, so that's what I eat. It's a good price, $7.50 a pound, or $5.49 a pound, depending on the type. So that's what I eat. Yeah, I also get chicken shipped to me from Herd Shares, which is like $4.85 a pound before shipping. So that's pretty nice. And that's the best quality chicken, so pretty good deal, all things considered. Yes, air chilled is that important because what's happening is the chicken is getting dunked in chlorine water and sprayed. So there's chlorine water in your chicken. That's what happens. So you're eating chlorine in your chicken. Let's put it this way. The air chilled brands are going to be the better quality anyway. So it doesn't matter if you have perfect quality chicken and it isn't air chilled, because then it's getting chlorine in it. The best creator in this space other than me, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention because there's no reason to pay attention to other people who make this content. I guess maybe Primalism, because he doesn't really talk about the nutrition and the health stuff. He's just a chill guy. Primalism is just a chill guy. So I'd say him. But for instance, I don't need to watch anybody talk about the primal diet because I know about the primal diet. I've lived the primal diet for 8 years. It's a waste of my time to watch other people's videos on the diet, honestly. It's like I don't need to watch people's testimonials because I know the diet works. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to watch people regurgitate Augenus because I've already studied everything Augenus ever did. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're smart, and that's it. There's smart people who watch this channel, so I'm not surprised you feel that way. So, because I don't market this channel to normies, I market this channel to HTNs only, HTN intelligent normies only. So, yeah, because like, yeah, it's like, why am I gonna watch that stuff? I'd rather watch anime if I'm gonna watch something. It's not fun to like watch that stuff generally. I mean, primalism's okay because he's cool, he's chill, but everybody else in the raw meat space tries to do stuff like that. No, it's true. Ogenus exaggerates a bit, and I talk about that. And I don't necessarily believe everything he says either. So I don't view Ogenus as like a god or as infallible. That's silly. Only people who are brain dead think that way. People who are brain dead and don't have God in their lives. Those are the only people who think that way. So yeah, that's my stance on it. I mean, I'm not gonna talk bad about the guy. You know, he was trying to sell something, so I get the exaggeration, but you know, I don't think he was a bad person or a con man or anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, yep, exaggerates exactly. It's very easy to see. It's almost comical, you know. He's almost comical about it. So yeah. Um, he got slimed out. He certainly did. He certainly did. Gonna call a night? Awesome. I think I am too. Nobody else is active, so thanks, Mohammed. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the questions. Good questions. All right, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Actually, let me see something. I can't zoom in with this.